Hey everyone, and welcome back into another video. My name is Jason and today we are going to be reviewing Palantir. I'm going to be doing a deep dive into some analytics. We're going to be going through the charts and any news that has been released. You guys can see up on the screen we have the Palantir chart. That is ticker symbol PLTR. Now I just want to start by saying, guys, if you are new to my channel, then welcome in. Make sure to hit that big red subscribe button, and if you would like a full breakdown on who Palantir are and what they do, then be sure to check out some of the videos that I will link above, because I have done many videos on them. And if you are someone that is interested in joining my private Patreon, where I do update my buy and sell alerts every single day, then be sure to check out the link that I will leave in the description below. But essentially, guys, they are a software as a service company, and you can see that they are trading at over a 50% discount from their highs just a few months ago. But it is worth noting, guys, that Palantir's price to sales ratio right now is actually very high at about 38. Now, if we actually come onto Google and we can see what a good price to sales ratio is, you guys can see that anything typically over 10 could be a red flag, and you are going to be paying a lot more in valuation metrics for a business. And again, I know that we don't have a PE ratio right now on Palantir just because of their revenue aspects, but if you look at a company like Amazon, for example, and you compare the fact that their PE ratio, typically a PE ratio would be around 25 or below, and that is just the standard S&P 500 companies, guys. And if you can get a valuation below 20, below 15, then you can hopefully start to bring in some nice deals. But you can see that Amazon trades at a very forward PE ratio, guys, of 77. So this is enormously higher than the average. But again, Amazon is a $1.6 trillion company, and you guys know how enormous this company is. So it does go to show, if you compare obviously these metrics to Palantir, then there are companies that do trade significantly higher than, say, some valuation metrics. And it is worth noting, guys, that CATHY has been consistently saying over the last 6 months that PE ratios won't matter in high growth companies that are innovating in disruptive technology moving into the next decade, because they are going to outweigh so many pros and cons, and Palantir has so many aspects to their business that they can in fact use to their advantage. And the real question is, can Palantir in fact become a multi-$100 billion business, or in fact can Palantir become a $1 trillion company? And it all comes down to how they are investing right now in the short term in their company. They are investing aggressively into research and development, and in fact they do want to become a winner takes all in the market. So I do believe, guys, that this is going to be a multi-$100 billion company moving into the next decade, which is why I think having some shares in Palantir, despite the fact that the PS ratios are very high, obviously could be a good thing. But it is always worth noting, guys, that because they are high, there is a risk with this company. But Palantir is still a relatively new company. They have actually been established only for about the last 17 years, and they are in fact in charge with Alex Karp is the CEO of Palantir. Now, it is worth coming onto their news, and we can see that they did actually recently make a long-term investment in Fracea. And guys, this is a really nice partnership, and I did actually talk about this in one of my other videos. So be sure to check out, like I said, those other videos below if you want more information on it. Palantir did actually recently have some new news that did come out in the last 48 hours, and it says that Palantir's shares rally after announcing contract with a nuclear safety agency. Now, Palantir stock was trading higher on Monday after the data analytics company announced a 5-year deal worth up to $89.9 million to provide knowledge management and decision-making tools to the National Nuclear Security Administration's Office, Safety, Infrastructure and Operations. So guys, this was some good news that did happen for Palantir, and again, it does say that the shares jumped up by 4.2%. Now, it has said that Palantir said it would serve as the platform of the agency's safety analytics forecasting the evaluations reporting project, which it says it is intended to manage nuclear securities by allowing it to best allocate its human and financial resources to prioritize safety. Now, guys, it is also worth noting that they work with the US government, and of course, you guys know that they love to grow their revenues every single year. Now, if I come onto the investor presentation, you guys can see up on my screen that we actually increase those revenues every single year, those recurring revenues, because Palantir seems to win contracts with existing customers that they have. So guys, this is really good news, because it means that moving forward, these new contracts could in fact be extended and also increased due to the past history that we can look through. And obviously that will tell us that clients do love to use Palantir over and over again. Now, what I love about Palantir, guys, is they are working with so many different and new companies, and they seem to continually win new and existing contracts time and time again. So this is going to only allow me to have more bullish momentum into investing into a stock like Palantir, but it is, like I said, worth knowing about the risks, which is why I did actually mention about the PS ratio for Palantir at the very start of this video. And you guys can see the markets have just opened at 230, so you can see that we are sitting just below that $23 price range. We have a very, very strong support, guys, on Palantir, which I have drawn up time and time again. You can see that this level has been tested, and we have got a secondary support, guys, where it has been tested once, twice, 3 and even 4 times around that $21 to $20 range, which I'm drawing up on the screen for you guys now. So what I am really looking for, guys, with this stock to lower the risk of entry is in fact for a breakdown in the support line and a retest onto that $21, because this is a much stronger level of support. And again, you can see that every time we have in fact cleared this support area and we've come back down to that 21 range, we haven't actually managed to drop below it. So this tells me, guys, that there are in fact a lot of buyers in the market for the long term of Palantir. And again, if you go back onto the RSI levels, you can see that every time we did in fact hit down on these levels on the RSI, we in fact had a bounce up on this support line. So this is why I'm saying I think the better place for entry right now for Palantir is in fact around that $21 range, which is about a $2 range off where we are today. So we are looking for about a drop of 12% in that share price. But guys, in the long term, I do think that Palantir is going to be an incredible stock. This stock continues to deliver. They continue to get government and US military contracts, and they continue to improve their data. And you guys know that CATHY Wood says data is the new oil. So moving forward, we do want to have some of those high data and analytic companies inside our portfolio. That is only going to increase, obviously, the diversity into our investments long term. And Palantir is going to allow us to have those options. We can see also, guys, that there is a very strong support resistance right now sitting at around that $28 mark. So what I would be looking to do, guys, is in fact, if you are someone that was looking to swing Palantir, you'd be looking to get in around these ranges. And again, once it does hit those areas of about $27, $28, then you would expect to have a sudden sell-off, because that is where you are going to have a lot of profit takers for Palantir. So this is going to be the new range of Palantir moving forward, unless again we do get any news or catalysts that is going to allow us to break out of this formation. Now, it is worth noting that Alex Karp, the CEO of Palantir, had actually recently stated that in a recent article that did come out, and also there was a YouTube video that he did release, he said that they are investing very, very aggressively right now inside their technology because they want to become a winner takes all in a global market. And you guys know that CATHY Wood is very bullish on Palantir, and she has been scooping up shares around this $25 to $20 range continually over the last month that we did have that big sell-off in the Palantir share price. And I can tell you guys, as an existing experienced trader for many, many years, stocks always like to retest their highs. So at some point in the future, we can expect Palantir to in fact double up their share price and retest those highs again of $44. But when this will happen, guys, again, it's all about optimism, and we're not quite sure because they are investing aggressively right now. But it does mean that in the long term, they are going to in fact hopefully have a very, very solid company. And that will also reflect why the PE ratio right now is so high for Palantir. So this company does hold some risk, guys. They are quite high up in my portfolio right now. I do have an average price of Palantir for around that $23 range, which is exactly where the price is today. I do want to keep exposing my portfolio to this stock because I think in the long run, this is going to be an incredible company. But right now, there is still a lot of risks, and there is so much hype right now on YouTube, guys, about this stock. And again, I have done many, many videos on Palantir because I am extremely bullish, but I do want to make sure that all of the people that watch my content are in fact aware of these risks, because the PE ratio that would actually reflect a true great evaluation for Palantir would actually be around that $12 to $15 range, which would actually see a 50% discount from the current share price. Whether or not we ever get the gift, guys, to buy Palantir below $20 or in fact below $15 where this valuation would exist, well, that would be an absolute gift, and I would definitely be loading my boats very, very heavily, and it would probably be one of the larger positions in my portfolio, because I do believe moving forward, like I said, we will in fact retest those highs of $44. So right now, guys, I am going to continue to hold Palantir for the long term, and I'm waiting for another buy the dip opportunity around that $21 to $20 mark. And again, if we do come back down here, that is where I'm going to be loading my boats. And if we do ever in fact break down below that $20 range, then I am just going to let you guys know that this is going to be a very good long-term investment with a much safer risk analysis as that P/S ratio starts to decline moving forward, because like I said in the beginning of this video, Palantir are growing their revenues every single year over year, and it is very, very clear, guys, that they are going for the top. They are working with the US governments, they are working with the military, the NHS, they're working with big companies. They do have two sides to their business: Gotham, which concentrates on the government, and Foundry, which concentrates on companies like BP, for example. And again, with their years and years of experience, and Alex Karp, their CEO, is absolutely incredible. So that marks up a recap, guys, for Palantir, where you can expect the price of Palantir in the future. My end of year price target, again, it does stand around that $34 range, and you guys know that I am a shareholder of Palantir. What I'm looking to do on any buy the dip opportunities, and again, for the long term, where I can expect Palantir to go. So if you did find value at any point in this video, guys, all I ask is that you go down there, smash the like button, hit that big red subscribe button if you did make it this far. I just want to say thank you for your continued support. My Patreon is open, so if you would like the link down below to join my Patreon, guys, for a limited time only, it is open with a 50% discount. I would love to see you inside the Discord, and you will get access to my buy and sell alert signals and every time I update my portfolio. So guys, that wraps up this video. Stay safe out there in the markets, and I look forward to seeing you back on my channel soon for some more content on investing. Ciao.